What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. Hope you all had a nice 4th of July holiday weekend. I certainly did. And a big piece of my excitement over the weekend was reading the news that Cam Whitmore has been traded to the Washington Wizards. My dearly beloved Washington Wizards have acquired Cam Whitmore in exchange for 2 second-round picks. That's it. A 21-year-old super athletic wing player in Cam Whitmore only cost the Wizards 2 second-round picks. I'm amazed. The Wizards front office is cooking. And I have never been more excited about, the moves that a Wizards front office has been making, honestly. In my entire tenure of being a fan, I've never had more faith in a front office than the combination of Will Dawkins and Michael Winger. They understand what they're doing, and I'm loving it. So Cam Whitmore obviously was not getting a ton of playing time on the Houston Rockets. It seems like this trade came as kind of like a mutual thing. Obviously, they just acquired Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns, so there was going to be even less playing time for Cam Whitmore to get. So Cam Whitmore, who's from the DMV area, he grew up in Maryland. I believe he was working with the Rockets. His representation was working with the Rockets to find a place where he could get, a chance to play. And it happened to be DC, and now he winds up there. So this is an amazing trade. Cam Whitmore is a guy who averaged 12 points per game in his rookie season. He had a slight decrease in production last season. And I think, the Rockets were not going to have an option to really play him more now with Kevin Durant there. So they were like, okay, let's move on. But the Wizards really made quite a masterpiece out of this trade, in my opinion, because they got the Chicago 2026 second-round pick that was used in the trade. They got that from trading back in the 2023 NBA draft in the second round, right? They trade back from the number 35 pick with Chicago. And they got the 2029 pick from Sacramento. That was from trading Jonas Valanciunas. So they're starting to really acquire a lot of draft assets, and then this is, an instance where they're using those assets to make something happen, right? And it's not necessarily building through the draft. You're getting a guy who's just been underutilized on his current team in Cam Whitmore. So he is just like, I was watching highlights just to refamiliarize myself with Cam Whitmore's game because he hasn't really played that much. And the guy is super athletic. He's a great three-point shooter. He can score off the dribble. He can play off the ball. You can use him in a lot of different ways. And I think he really fits in with what the Wizards are trying to do of just building a very versatile team that can play multiple positions, can guard multiple positions, and, see what happens, right? You have a lot of really young guys now, and I think that's going to promote a more competitive environment because all these guys are waiting for their time to just break out. So there's a lot of interesting things that are going on here. But Cam Whitmore, he's still on a rookie deal. He's entering the first of his 2 years of team options, right? Which obviously the team is going to pick up. They just traded for him, so they're going to pick it up. But he's only getting paid a couple million of dollars. So he's really a cap-friendly type of player, and he could really have an explosive year, right? I feel like Cam Whitmore could really average 18 to 20 this coming season. He's that good. And a lot of people forget he fell significantly in the 2023 NBA draft. He was projected to go to Houston at the 4th overall pick, which winded up being Amen Thompson, and he fell all the way to 20 and still went to Houston. But, he was a projected top 5 pick. And I remember watching the draft and being like, wow, whoever picks this guy up is going to have a steal, right? I thought the Wizards were going to take him at 7, but then, or at 8. And then we obviously traded with the Pacers 1 pick up to get Bilal Coulibaly, which I'm very happy about. The Wizards picked Jarris Walker at the 8 spot, sent him to Indiana. So Cam Whitmore, I think, is going to have just an amazing time on this team. But like I said, he dropped in production a little bit. He was averaging 12.3 points per game in his rookie season, only playing 18.7 minutes a night. That's incredible. I don't think people understand how, exceptional that is. In his rookie season, he led the NBA in points per touch and averaged 23.7 points per 36 minutes in his rookie season. So this is a guy that has insane amounts of potential. So, it's just, he's not even 21 yet. I say he was 21 earlier, but he turns 21 on July 8th. So he's going to be 21 here pretty soon. But he's 6'7", 230 pounds, super built and athletic. It's just, what a great piece to add to an already super young team that is just, looking for guys that are going to pop off and really show their talent, right? So the current depth chart that the Wizards are showing on ESPN is Bub Carrington at the 1, CJ McCollum at the 2, Chris Middleton at the 3, Bilal Coulibaly at the 4, and Alex Sarr at the 5. So I think there's a chance that throughout the season you're going to see a transfer of Chris Middleton starting to Cam Whitmore starting. And you might even see that with CJ McCollum and Trey Johnson as well, because I think these vets know coming into this team, the guys that are really going to get a lot of minutes are going to be the guys that need to grow and develop, right? And I still think CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton are going to play, but they're probably just going to play to raise their trade value, and then we'll send them out so we can get, our young players in the rotation doing what they need to do and growing and learning. But man, as a Wizards fan, this is like one of the best headlines I saw. Most of the time when I when I open like Twitter or something and I see like a Shams tweet and the Wizards are involved, I'm like, oh boy, like what am I going to see now? What's going to happen? It's usually not a trade that I'm a fan of, but this one really like hit it out of the park. It's exceptional that they were able to pull off this trade by just giving up 2 second-round picks and getting a guy who was a projected top 5 pick just 2 years ago, right? And he very well could have been, right? So you're basically getting like a top 5 prospect from a draft class 2 years ago for 2 second-rounders. That's a fleece if I've ever seen it. So Cam Whitmore is now a Washington Wizard. I have big, high hopes for this team, and I'm super excited. So if you guys are Wizards fans, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you're just an NBA fan, let me know what you think. If you're a Rockets fan, let me know what you think about Cam Whitmore leaving the team. I want to know your thoughts. So I'm going to check you guys later. Stay up, stay blessed, stay safe, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.